Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a poor miller who had 3 sons. When the miller passed away, he left behind only a mill, a donkey, and a cat. The oldest son took the mill. The second took the donkey. And the youngest, named Jack, got the cat. A cat? Jack sighed. What can I do with a cat? But this was no ordinary cat. He was clever, polite, and always wore a tall hat and shiny boots. Don't worry, Master Jack, said the cat, bowing. Just get me a bag and a pair of boots, and I'll make you rich. Jack was puzzled, but he trusted the cat and gave him what he asked for. The next day, Puss in Boots put on his shiny boots, slung a bag over his shoulder, and went into the forest. He caught a plump rabbit and brought it to the king. A gift from my master, the Marquis of Carabas, said Puss proudly, even though Jack was just a poor boy. The king was delighted and accepted the gift. Every day, Puss brought more animals, always saying they were from the Marquis of Carabas. One sunny afternoon, Puss heard the king was going for a ride in his carriage with the princess. He ran home and told Jack, quick, go swim in the river. What? Why? Asked Jack, but he trusted Puss and jumped in. As the king's carriage passed by, Puss ran to the road shouting, help! My master, the Marquis of Carabas, is drowning. The king stopped at once. His guards rescued Jack from the water. Puss whispered to the king, thieves stole his clothes while he was swimming. The king kindly gave Jack a fine outfit. When Jack put it on, he looked like a prince. The princess smiled at him, and Jack blushed. Meanwhile, Puss ran ahead to a grand castle owned by a greedy ogre. The ogre had magical powers and could change shape. Puss knocked on the door. I've heard you can turn into anything. Can you become a lion? With a loud roar, the ogre became a huge, scary lion. How amazing, said Puss. But I bet you can't become something tiny, like a mouse. Ha, watch me, said the ogre, and poof. He turned into a tiny mouse. Snap, Puss quickly pounced and gobbled him up. Now the castle was empty. When the king's carriage arrived, Puss said, welcome, your majesty, to my master's castle. The king was so impressed, he said, what a fine man your master is. I would be honored if he married my daughter. Jack and the princess both smiled. And soon, they were happily married. From that day on, Jack lived in the beautiful castle, and Puss in Boots became his royal advisor, always clever, always brave, and always wearing his shiny boots.